Welcome to Faces and Places with Patty Lowe, Kev Riley, Elaine Murphy, Ron Carlson, and Mary Starrett.
Good evening.
And welcome to the beginning of our second season here on Faces and Places. It's almost like the first day of school for many of us around here. Mary got some new clothes, and we all got some new assignments this summer, and we hope you enjoy what we've got lined up for you this year.
We'd like to take this time to thank all the people you don't see on Faces and Places, but without their hard work and dedication, there would be no show. And we'd like to thank you, the viewing audience, for bringing us these story ideas.
First off tonight, you know, it takes plenty of courage and soul-searching to quit a full-time job and set sail for a new career. For some, it doesn't always work out, but for Stan Allyn of Depoe Bay, Oregon, it turned out to be a whale of an idea. These sights and sounds are all part of the call that lures men to challenge the sea. They know they can't conquer it, but on the other hand, they know life would be high and dry if they didn't try.
You're challenging the biggest ocean in the whole wide world, so every time we sail out there, it's a challenge. We're challenging that Pacific Ocean, and out there, you're free.
Freedom for Stan Allyn started way back in 1938, back when, as a young Portlander, he quit his white-collar job, bought an old gill netter for $350, and set out to sea.
There was something about being on a vessel floating on water that really hit me clear to the bottom of my keelson.
Stan's keelson almost keeled over on his maiden voyage when he nearly ran aground on the Columbia River bar. His intrepid desire persisted, though, and Stan steamed on to his paradise of Depoe Bay, where as a captain of the good ship Kingfisher and owner of the Tradewinds charter business, he has been free on the salty seas now for more than 40 years. Liberty on the waves didn't come automatically, though. Through those years, Skipper Stan has felt the fair breeze blow and seen the white foam flow enough to know that freedom on the sea comes only to those who are bound respect.
The longer I'm in this business, the greater the respect I have for it. And you're darn right I've been scared out there. Boy, we've been caught out there in rip-roaring, raging, hurricane force winds. Usually, you know, we have a motto, if in doubt, don't. If we're the least bit in doubt of the sea, safety of the sea and the weather, we don't sail in the first place.
Knowing the good captain's respect for the sea, hearing that he saved 2 boaters from drowning, and seeing the hat, the pipe, and the face of a weathered mariner made us feel quite at ease as we boarded the old Kingfisher.
We are in all respects ready for sea.
This excursion was not a typical Tradewinds fishing charter, just a brief tour Stan conducts every so often down Oregon's chiseled coastline. Still, the seasoned skipper required all of us to pay heed to a Tradewinds policy.
We have a brass plaque in the wheelhouse there. It says, "To our guests, thou shalt not bring thy worries aboard." You get out on that beautiful Pacific Ocean, your worries dissolve.
So as our worries obediently dissolved, we headed for what Stan calls the terrific Pacific.
Boy, it's the one place that man has not been able to despoil. You get out on that clean, green sea, and there's no fresher air anywhere.
For us, the fresh air would have been enough, but just a half-mile out to sea, we spotted what made this trip on the Pacific truly terrific.
There she blows! Whales, whales, whales! Surfacing killer whales!
It was one of life's glorious moments as the pod of 15 killer whales swam near the bow of the old Kingfisher and showed us what real freedom on the seas is all about. Seeing the beauty, grace, and power of those 20-foot-long killer whales made us understand even more why Captain Stan is never bored with his ocean-born occupation.
I love it every time. Look at this cruise we just went on. Who knew we were going to run into the biggest pod of acrobatic killer whales that we, any of us, and me included, have seen for several years. So it's still exciting every time we sail.
As this sailing trip neared its end, we saw some harbor seals relaxing on the shores of Whale Cove, heard Stan run through a tongue twister.
And when you look out that way across the vast expanse of the Pacific, you see a sea, then you don't see a seesaw. See a sea is a seesaw.
And then headed for the welcome confines of Depoe Bay with the Kingfisher. As we docked and disembarked, we felt grateful and richer for the experience. As true landlubbers, though, we thanked God we were safely back on shore. As we set our eyes on the land and thoughts of home, we noticed old Captain Stan began gazing out to sea. When it comes to home, his comfort lies at the helm of a seaworthy vessel on the waves of the rollicking Pacific.
By all the gods and all the seas, I love it out on that terrific Pacific.
We'd just like to take this opportunity to applaud
Cameraman Gary Lord for the shots he got for us there that we were able to share with you. You can just imagine it was really rough out there. Here he is holding onto one guy wire trying to balance a 30-pound camera, and he got some tremendous shots.
Courage beyond the...